Hello everyone, welcome to AdiTrade. Today we're going to be seeing the Nifty and Banknifty levels for 19th August, Friday. Today was a pretty bullish day. This is the daily chart of Banknifty that I've opened. See all this on the daily chart. We had our first level of resistance, the near resistance over here at 39,380, around 39,400, and we have comfortably crossed that today. And today the price action is a pretty bullish candle. On an expiry day we got a good move on the upside. Now let's just see the levels where the Bank Nifty can move tomorrow and probably even after that. See, the next level of resistance is coming in at 39,739, where on the daily chart, where we have this price action over here, we could come and test this level, and if that breaks, the next resistance probably will see only at 40,040, which is most likely could happen soon. Now let's just see the intraday chart for Bank Nifty and see the levels, what happened today, and the how we can trade tomorrow. See, today if you look at the CPR, we had pretty nice moves, scalping or like a proper trade. People could have made money on the downside, people could have made money on the initial upside, and even this long up move. Today the 0 to hero trade was probably when this R1 of daily CPR broke. We could have entered with the R1 as stop loss, and obviously this last up move came after 3, but still we could have caught these two candles. Now this is the 15-minute chart along with CPR. Now if I just go to a 5-minute chart, how we could have taken a trade today is, see, firstly, when the first 5-minute candle came, right, it was a high wick candle, no problem. But see how beautifully the CPR level is respected, right? That's the reason we use CPR. We could have entered at this candle when it broke the CPR with the previous day high and R1 as the targets. And see, the down trade was a good move, but it was pretty risky. It was like against the bigger trend, right? So we don't know till where the down move might come, but if somebody could have caught it once this previous day high broke until the CPR, was a good scalp, though it was just few points, but it was still a good scalp. See, the logic behind CPR is whenever there's a complete video on my channel for trading based on CPR, you can see that whenever the previous day high breaks, right, from the top, most likely we will come and hit the CPR. And the same thing even on the bottom side, if the market is coming up, now say for example the previous day low, we get a gap down or something, we go below the previous day low and we reverse and break this previous day low, right, most likely we will come and hit the CPR. That is one of the trading setup based on the CPR. And the second best entry was over here when kind of this trend line that we had, the intraday trend line, this blue line that I'm marking, once that broke out, right, on this candle, if we had taken 500 call or 400 call with R1 as a first target, and this R2 was a little bit of extended target, didn't expect the market to go all the way until 39,000. We almost hit 39,700, right, but obviously it was in the last 5 minutes, it was not tradable, but didn't expect such a good move, but it did happen. Now coming for the trade possibility for tomorrow, I'll just go ahead and switch off the CPR to make the chart cleaner, and I'm going to shift to a 15-minute chart of Bank Nifty. We'll be following this black trend line. See, this black trend line is, I've just connected these 2 points and drew a trend line, and today it was respected beautifully on this 15-minute. It was a very good entry over here with this black trend line or the support zone as the stop loss. But since we just came below the CPR and came up, right, was waiting for a break of CPR and then enter, we could just catch this last move for the day because it was comfortably, we broke the previous day high with good RSI above 60, and that's where we were able to capture only this small move. But otherwise, people who do a lot of scalping, right, it was a beautiful opportunity today. And tomorrow I'm going to be doing a scalping video and putting it on my channel, so stay tuned for that, how we can scalp with using few EMAs. Now the next level for Banknifty on the higher side is the first level of resistance could be over here around 39,860, and if that breaks this 39,988 and 40,040. Why I'm expecting the Banknifty to hit 40,040 is, now let me keep only the weekly pivot. If we get a nice bullish move tomorrow, right, there's a good possibility we might see the dotted line is the weekly CPR. Let me even remove this EMS for now so the chart is clean. See, the dotted orange, purple orange and the red is the weekly pivot. We have kind of broken out of the previous week high and weekly R1. Today is where we got a nice breakout, and if this continues, the next resistance we might take is at the weekly R2. Since it's only one day left in the week and this is not too far off, it's only about 300 points, there's a good possibility we might hit 40,000 if this up move continues tomorrow, which I think will happen. Sorry. Now, where we can buy right now, just because the market is bullish, we cannot blindly buy, right? Like, see what happened today. Sorry. If we had bought somewhere over here in the second or the third 15-minute candle, we got this nice down move and then up move. So the best place to buy is we can make use of this EMAs, the lines that you see here, the red, blue, black and pink. The red is the 20 MA, blue is 50, that's how I put my coloring, 100 and 200. But 100 and 200 is not required for intraday, we can make use of the 20 and the 50 MA. Okay, and see, from almost 10 days, the price action hasn't come below the 50 MA, the blue line. Even today when the dip came, we came all the way until 50 MA and took support. This was a beautiful entry with the 50 MA itself as the stop loss. So even tomorrow we'll be looking for the same thing. See, obviously tomorrow this level will come higher, right? Wait for a retracement until the 20 MA, look for a bullish candle, then we can buy. Or if in case we get a bigger dip, see if we get a nice bullish price action at the 50 MA, and then we can go along with these levels as the targets, along with our CPR level where we have the intraday R1, R2. There's a strong possibility if the previous day high breaks, right, we might see 39,960 at least tomorrow. See, as of now, the US market is down and our SGX Nifty is also showing a gap down, and if the gap down sustains, right, there's a good possibility that we might come and retest this trend line, the black trend line. So anywhere close to 39,500, if you get a nice bullish price action, right, it's a good place to buy the dip. If we get a dip close to 39,500, and sometimes if the dip comes early in the morning, it will be very quickly bought into, so it all depends on our execution. But this level is what I'm looking to buy at around 39,500, probably a call. And same thing, even if the EMA is right, if we come and take support at the 20 EMA, it's around 39,500. So that's the level that I'll be looking to buy tomorrow, depending on the price action. Now just looking at Nifty, sorry. See, Nifty, this is a clear break of this trend line. See, I was expecting we might come to retest this trend line, but looks like that's not happening. After today's price action, it's definitely, the market is bullish, and if you just look at all the stocks, right, most of the stocks are doing really well. Now, the next target on the upside would be 18,100. I'm really sorry about that. The next target on the upside is 18,100, and above that is 18,350. And see, these targets are not for tomorrow intraday, but eventually we will get there, and I wouldn't be surprised even if we hit the all-time high level of around 18,600 pretty soon. Now, the levels that we can watch out for tomorrow, where probably we can take resistance, is this. The first level is this, 18,096. We'll go to our intraday chart in our 15 minutes where I have the levels marked. So even in Nifty, when today this price action came, right, when we got a dip, I didn't expect we will come back to this 17,960 today itself. But that's the bullishness that is there in the market. We broke the opening high, and we have retested 17,000, because see the price action on 15-minute, there was a beautiful inverted hammer. We were making a lower high, was not expecting kind of this to break, but once it broke, it was a beautiful uptrend until 17,960. I was kind of expecting we'll take resistance again along this trend line, but the breakout did come today itself. Now for tomorrow, after we get a gap up, if this level breaks, right, 17,060, the next target would be 18,017, and then 18,090, and it's not pretty far off. 100 points is something even Nifty will move pretty easily. Like see, today we moved around 100 points from this low of whatever the intraday low that we made. And now where we can buy into Nifty, like how I told Banknifty, probably 39,500 is a good place to buy. We have some good buying zone over here. I'm going to mark that in green. If we get a dip until 17,890, probably this is a good level to buy. And obviously if this level breaks out tomorrow, see as of now SGX Nifty is indicating a gap down, but if the US market recovers and if we get a gap up, see I've always reiterated in my videos, in case we get a pretty flat opening like how we got today. See, flat opening meaning, see yesterday we closed around 39,400. Today we got a small gap down around 39,320. So that's a pretty flat opening. Whenever we get a nice flat opening, we get some moves where intraday we can trade. And let me put on the CPR. If in case we get a huge gap up, right, say above R3 or R2, then we should avoid trading that day. That day only option selling will work and probably scalping in futures, but option buying will not work. You can backtest this and see a lot of times this has worked beautifully. So these are the levels that I have for Nifty and Bank Nifty for tomorrow. Let's see how it goes. There is no question the market is bullish now after today's close especially, and we shouldn't be looking to short the market. Probably buying the dips is a good way to go, and we should see, ideally I would take a short position either intraday, like short means buy puts or something. If this the 20 MA, the red is 20 MA, right, the 20 MA crosses 50 MA on the downside and the EMAs are on pointing down, then based on the price action I will buy. Until then it looks like every dip is going to be bought at least until the 50 MA on the 15-minute. Now when I say the dip is something like this, see on 15-minute when the 20 crossed the 50 on the downside, we got some down move until 200 EMA. See, eventually we will come retest this 200 EMA and go up, but for now it looks pretty strong, and these EMS can be even tracked for scalping even on 5 minutes. And tomorrow I'm going to be putting a video on only scalping on using 1 minute chart, so please do have a check on that. See, today when this dip came, I was expecting a dip at least until 200 EMA, but we missed it by a few points. That's how these EMAs help us, right? And then when this 20 and 50 crossed on the upside, see, when the larger trend is an uptrend, right? On the daily chart we have a nice uptrend. When the bigger trend is in the uptrend, when we get this crossover on a 5-minute, we shouldn't take the short position, right? But we can comfortably enter when again the 20 crosses 50 on the upper side and see the kind of movement that comes. But obviously on the 15-minute chart involves a little bit of, it'll be like a scalping trade, not a very positional trade. And even yesterday, Wednesday, you see each time we got a tip, we took beautiful support at the 50 MA and started going up. So that's one way how you can use the EMAs. And these are the levels that I have for tomorrow. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. Thank you.